Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Spencer and I have a conspiracy theory. Okay, so in today's video I want to talk about the recent Tarte Shape Tape fiasco. If you don't know what happened, basically Tarte Cosmetics released a foundation that was meant to be a follow-up to their very, very hyped concealer called Shape Tape. Now, since their concealer was like the #1 selling concealer in America this past year, everyone was hyped for this foundation, including me. Like, I'm not even the biggest fan of Tarte Shape Tape, but I was really excited about it. And when they released the shade range, specifically in a swatch photo, it literally looked like, God, I want to say like 12 or like 11 or 12 of like pale foundation shades, and then like 3 or 4 like deeper tanner shades. And obviously this outraged everybody, as it should, because that's not an inclusive shade range. It's basically a middle finger to all the people of color out there who, you know, love makeup and wanted to try this product. Now, obviously that is its own crap storm, but the conspiracy theory for me came into play when I was watching an Alyssa Ashley video, and she was talking about the new Makeup Revolution concealer that has a very similar applicator to Shape Tape and is only $7. I love Makeup Revolution. They're a brand that I have bought many a highlighter from. Like, I want to say I own at least like 8 or 9 highlighters. I think I have 8 highlighters from them, and I have a lip gloss from them. I love them as a brand. They make really great like makeup that you would only previously see a high-end brand do. And so I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then I had this really kind of soul-crushing thought of, what if they're owned by the same company? Because if you guys didn't know, like, the majority of the major cosmetics brands that are out there, that are, you know, you're seeing releases from in the beauty community, are owned by the same company. Like, if you love L'Oreal and you love Maybelline and you ever like feel bad choosing between them, don't. They're owned by the L'Oreal group, which also owns Giorgio Armani Beauty. They also own, I want to say they own NYX, but I'm not quite sure. I know they own Urban Decay. Like, so many brands are just owned by the same company. It's all just like, you know, little different things. Which is why you'll sort of notice a trickle down of like dupes of products. So if like Armani releases like this really great foundation and everyone's like clamoring for it, a few months later L'Oreal might release something that's like very similar, and then you'll kind of notice like, oh, this is like a dupe for this. Well, it's because it is. Basically, the L'Oreal group was like, well, okay, we're gonna have Armani do that for a while, and then we're gonna put it out in the more affordable reaches of things. So I did some research, and basically I can confirm, as far as I know, that Tarte is owned by a Japanese company called Kosei, and Makeup Revolution is owned by a British company named Tam Beauty. Now, no information I could find on either websites or like with their Wikipedia pages or just general Googling indicates that they're at all owned by a similar, like, neither of those parent companies are owned by a bigger parent company. That makes me feel really relieved, because can you imagine if this whole kerfuffle's going on with the Tarte Shape Tape Foundation, and then the parent company that's overseeing all this is like, well, we'll just drive attention to our smaller company that everyone will be obsessed with because of this going so badly. Now, the other thing that I kind of had to wonder about Makeup Revolution, and this isn't at all like a negative thing for me anyway, because I obviously have bought a lot of Makeup Revolution and do intend to buy Makeup Revolution in the future, but they also get a lot of heat for their dupes. If you don't know what that means, basically a dupe is a makeup item sold at a lower price that performs the same way, like, because it has the same formula or the same shade as a higher end company. Makeup Revolution is kind of, I got a lot of flack, I want to say last year, for introducing a eyeshadow palette that was basically an almost identical copy of the Kat Von D Shade and Light eye palette. If you look it up online, the layout of it is the exact same. It's like 3 horizontal bars of eyeshadow, and then underneath like 3 vertical ones per horizontal bar. Like same setup, like the colors are all in the same order. And if you look at the like label on it, it says the light and shade palette. Now obviously the packaging is different because Makeup Revolution packaging is a more inexpensive like flimsy plastic, but I saw so many videos talking about like, how can they do this, blah blah blah. Like that did perturb me, but not enough, I guess. I don't know. And they also have a lot of ripoffs of the Too Faced chocolate bar palettes. Like, I know they have like a chocolate Vice palette, they have a white chocolate palette, they have a rose gold chocolate palette. And actually, I've heard that the rose gold chocolate palette, the shades in it are meant to be like an overall dupe for the Huda Beauty rose gold palette. I have not yet like seen it in person. I mean, I've seen pictures online that looks very similar. And one of the things that this made me sort of wonder about is I hope that people are able to not hold this sort of dupe drama against Makeup Revolution, because I think what they're doing with their concealers is actually really amazing and should be celebrated. I know I'm personally willing to like let the dupe thing go, and I'm personally never somebody who's gonna judge you if you're like, you know, I want to like play with makeup and do this stuff. If you only have $10 to spend, like, you can go ahead and buy that, you know, eyeshadow palette if it's a dupe. Cause like, I'm never one who's gonna be like, no, you just have to be punished because you don't have money for it. Like, no, go get that dupe palette, live your life. Alright guys, so that's about it for today's video. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and let me know what your thoughts are on the whole Makeup Revolution coming out with this amazing concealer are versus like their history of sort of being looked down on for dupes. Because I personally am just like, I'm here for the dupes, I'm here for the shade inclusive range. It's 2018, let's not spend all this money on brands that don't care about, you know, being inclusive. So yeah, please subscribe below, it helps me out, and yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.